There are some hardships heading our way, as well as some changes to the channel. If you're interested in that, there is a video linked in the description. And if you've already watched it or not interested, I fully understand that, and we'll head on to the story. Nobody Wins by nPMarley. Here we are, child. The monument to the greatest hero in the galaxy. No, I'm not kidding, but yes, it is a joke. The greatest joke ever played, in fact. And if there's anything we sea arts can appreciate, it's a good joke. Yes, us and the lackey. Good to know that you've been paying attention to our history with our brothers and rivals in humor during class. Being the only two races to evolve on a binary planet system makes for some very unique history. Anyway, every sapient race in the galaxy has something they, as a race, do better than any other. That's not to say that individuals of the race may be better or worse than those of another at any given task, because they can and are, but each race is naturally talented in a certain field. The Bartok are the best at police work, the Vorheen are gifted in the arts of war, the Warg in single combat, the Vulcan in disciplined logic machines, at least until you get one drunk. The Wisp are the most unified hive mind ever discovered. The Aden are practically unmatched at math, though I'm sure the pun in their name is entirely coincidental. The mythical first race are supposedly gifted at learning. We, the Sea Yote, are supreme at the arts of laughter. Our brothers and rivals, the Lackey, are without peer when it comes to the arts of trickery. And the dreaded Lith, with their telepathic powers, are the masters of domination. The Lith are the first important race in the tale of the hero, because they have the power to control, at least in part, the thoughts of other sapiens. The strongest among them can do so at great distance, provided that they are aware of their target. One of their favorite tactics is to contact an enemy and force them to do what the Lith want, almost always involving the victim providing the Lith with detailed intelligence on the area and often including something that cripples the victim's defenses and leaves them open to Vorheen invasion forces. So I suppose it is no surprise to anyone that they made a point to dominate the most warlike and bloodthirsty races in the galaxy, before attempting to conquer the rest with said bloodthirsty races as their army. The tale of the hero starts sometime after the Warg defected from the Luth Empire. That event is a tale for another time, but it involves the second important race in the tale of the hero, humans. Humans are, at first glance, an unfocused race who are good at most everything, but not best at anything. In this case, a human diplomatic team was visiting our home planets when the Lith decided to invade. Well, honestly, it was less of an invasion force and more of an extermination force. Given the armaments of the Vorheen Armada that jumped in, they fully intended to glass our home planets. The human diplomatic team wasn't ready to give up on us, though, regardless of the fact that our homeworld standing force couldn't hope to repel such an attack, nor were any reinforcements close enough to give aid. That alone would have been enough to cement their place as honored allies, but they did better than just try and stand their ground against a superior force. The head of the diplomatic team insisted on being the one to contact the Lith Admiral personally, not just as a final gesture of defiance, but as a part of a plan to actually turn away the invading armada. The humans intended to win against hopeless odds. You see, the talent of humans is problem-solving. It is a very interesting and multi-purpose talent that allows humans to stand as peers with the talents of the other races, not necessarily all of the time, but often enough to take notice. It also allows certain individuals of their race to, in times of stress or need, gain a moment of supreme clarity where they may surpass any race at their own talent in order to reach a solution. This particular human faced the Vorheen invasion armada far in excess of our homeworld's ability to defend against, and the Lith general, who could command his obedience and truth from halfway across the solar system, came up with the greatest and most amazing joke ever and proceeded to play it on the Lith Admiral. He told the Lith Admiral about the hero, one older than any known living sapient who had discovered forbidden secrets and had already infiltrated the Lith General's command ship and was even then bringing his engines to explode. The Lith Admiral fell for it. After all, why wouldn't he? His powers could compel the truth from even the most recalcitrant victims. He had no reason to suspect deception. He listened to the human talk about the hero, their accomplishments, and their mission, and panicked. He ordered his flagship engine shut down, only to be informed that the hero had already infiltrated another ship to do the same. By the end of it, the entire invasion armada was floating dead in space under the orders of its own admiral. When reinforcements arrived, the Vorheen armada was little more than a mass of sitting marks, ready for the hunter's net. You see, the dreaded Lith had one weakness. A weakness that we, the Coyote, and our brothers the Lackey, are more than suited to take advantage of. A weakness that has caused the Lith to despise us more than almost any other race that opposes them. And a weakness that the humans understand enough that we and the Lackey now recognize them as our third brothers. The Lith do not understand puns. Their thinking is almost exclusively binary. To them, a fact is either true or it isn't. Their culture of domination and obedience simply does not allow for such a nebulous concept as from a certain point of view. They barely grasp maybe, and then mostly from a theoretical viewpoint. Faced with statements that contain multiple meanings, even their vaunted powers to compel truth from their victims can be thwarted. Which is why, when more humans began regaling Lith commanders of the impossible things the hero had done or was currently doing, the Lith believed them. Coyote and Lackey agents picked up the joke readily and reported operations the hero was undertaking with great fervor and barely restrained laughter. Even other races not well versed in humor picked up on the joke, and it spread. Almost overnight, the Lith Empire collapsed into chaos, chasing phantom reports of the hero that the compulsion powers assured them had to be true. In fact, many legitimate stealth, infiltration, and sabotage operations on our side began to be officially attributed to the hero, which only further fueled the Lith's newfound paranoia. The hero could be anywhere, do anything, and vanish without even the slightest trace afterwards. Eventually, the Lith sued for peace, demanding only that the hero meet them to sign the treaty. Our side agreed readily and sent a diplomatic vessel carrying only the hero and the treaty. I'd like to say I can only imagine the looks in their faces when they boarded an empty ship containing only the treaty already signed by the hero. But I can't, because every member of the Alliance made sure that recording devices of all types captured the moment. The recorded reality is more glorious than anything I could have imagined, honestly. The Lith, spooked beyond belief, signed the treaty, practically ran back to their own ship, and got as far away as they could. I'm told they ran no less than 1,000 fruitless security sweeps and bioscrubs on the way back home, convinced that the hero had infiltrated their ship. The most amusing thing is that they were right. To this day, the Lith still haven't caught on. I'm told they're still chasing phantoms on their own worlds, desperately trying to find the hero and get rid of them before they even think of attempting galactic conquest again. And so, that is the tale behind this monument, this empty pedestal covered with graffiti declaring the hero's name in more languages than sapiens could hope to learn in their lifetime. This is a monument to nobody. Now shake up your spray can real good. After all, the hero deserves only the utmost disrespect from all of us. End of story. I would like to thank our T5 members and patrons, Casper Arnholtz, John Creighton, Vidmori, 050, Dragzoon WRE, and Elijah Silvercross. Thank you very much.